Good evening. We're going to have a joint CFD meeting at this time. We'll have a special meeting, a work session, and a regular meeting following the CFD meeting. So be prepared, everybody. And we will be moving back and forth from the dais to the chairs in front of us. So let's start out. I've called the order of the CFD meeting. So let's list the Community Facilities District. We'll start with number 1, Community Facilities District, number 1, General District, number 1, Palm Valley Community Facility Districts, number 2, Community Facility Utilities District, number 1, Wildflower Ranch Community Facilities District, Wildflower Ranch Community Facilities District, number 2, Cottonflower Community Facilities District, Australia Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District, King Ranch Community Facilities District, Centerra Community Facilities District, and Cortina Community Facility District. And all the members, oh, no, we have one that is not here. So I need a motion for Councilman Loretano. She may be coming in. She's at court, and they're trying to finish that up. So could I have a motion to excuse Councilman Loretano?
So moved. Second.
I heard a motion from Councilman. I'm sorry, I heard a motion from, I have to call you by the right name, sorry. I heard a motion by Board Member Stipp and Board Member, who did this one on this? Joanne Osborne. Aye. Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. All right, let's go to communication, which there is none tonight. So now it's the time for citizens who would like to address this city district on non-agenda items. Are there any speaker cards? Would anybody in the audience like to speak? All right, with that, we'll go on to the consent agenda. Will the district clerk please read consent agenda item 5.1 by title only, please?
Approved draft minutes from a joint Community Facilities District meeting held on June 27, 2016.
Thank you. So let's go down to number 1, to approve the draft minutes from a joint Community Facilities District. Does anyone from the public wish to remove the item from the consent agenda? Anyone on the board? Could I have a motion, a second, to approve the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Okay, I heard from Board Member Osborne and second by Board Member Holman. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, takes a roll call. Sorry about that. Roll call vote, please.
Vice Chairman Pizzillo.
Aye.
Board Member Osborne.
Aye.
Board Member Campbell.
Aye.
Board Member Stipp. Board Member Holman.
Aye.
Chairman Lord.
Aye.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. All right, the business item is to consider adopting resolutions authorizing insurance and sale of district general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2016 for Palm Valley Community Facilities District number 3. Finance Director Doug Sandstrom to present. Welcome, Doug.
Thank you. Chairman, members of the board, we're here tonight to discuss issuing refunding bonds for Series 2016 debt for Palm Valley CFD number 3. CFD number 3 Palm Valley is the area shaded in green on the map above that you see before you. We are refunding a total of just under $6.5 million of outstanding debt. The GO bonds were originally issued in 2006, 2007, and we are estimating total savings of this refunding of about $670,000. This will reduce our annual debt payment by approximately $55,000 a year, which nets out to an average savings per homeowner of $18 annually in your property tax for the Community Facilities District. The tax rate currently is $93.08 per $100 of assessed valuation. We anticipate about a 9-cent drop in that tax rate next fiscal year because of this refunding. The debt retirement remains the same, so we are not extending the life of this. It is all through the interest rate savings. Graphically, what the debt service will look like, you'll see a little spike at the beginning. That is because part of the refunding we're doing does not actually become callable until 2007. We'll be issuing the bonds now, holding on to some of the cash, and actually making the first debt payment in 2018 when those do become callable From that point forward, we'll have level debt service and level savings. What we're asking of the board tonight is to adopt resolution PVCFD number 3, authorizing the issuance, or resolution 16049, authorizing the issuance and sales of the district general obligation refunding bonds. Any questions?
Let's go on with this. Are we going to go ahead and vote on the two following it? Or should I vote each time? Because you have this.
This is a separate item, so let's do this one now.
We're going to vote on this now. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Chairman.
Would anybody like to speak from the audience? Then could I please have a motion and a second to adopt the resolution number 16-049?
Chairman Lord, I need to read. You'll need to.
Sorry. Would the city clerk please read resolution number approving Palm Valley Community Facilities District 3 assurance sale of the district general obligation bonds in series?
Palm Valley Community Facilities District Number 3, Resolution Number 16-049.
Thank you. Could I then have a motion and a second to adopt the resolution 16-049 for Palm Valley Community Facilities District Number 3?
So moved.
Second.
I heard a motion from Chairwoman Wally Campbell, Chairmember Wally Campbell, and Chairmember Pizzillo. All right, we have a motion and a second. Open for board discussion. Questions? Pizzillo, Councilor Pizzillo. I never can remember Chairman Pizzillo.
Is this expanding the time, or are we just keeping it within the same time period that we had?
Exact same time period.
Okay.
These bonds will expire in 2032.
Okay, so we're not moving it out. We're keeping it the same. Perfect. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Good.
Okay. With that, we'll do a roll call vote, please.
Board Member Osborne.
Aye.
Board Member Campbell.
Aye.
Board Member Stipp.
Aye.
Board Member Homan.
Aye.
Vice Chairman, or Board Member Pizzillo, sorry.
Aye.
And Chairman Lord.
Aye.
Okay, passes 6-0.
Let's go to 6.2. The next business item is the public hearing for the feasibility report submitted in relation to the acquisition, construction, and financing of the improvements benefiting the Centerra Community Facilities District. Following the hearing, we'll consider adopting the resolution, approving the feasibility report, and adopting a resolution authorizing the insurance and sale, if not to exceed $500,000, and principal and amount of the district general obligation bonds series for 2016 bank qualified for the purpose of acquiring certain public infrastructure described in the feasibility report, not to exceed $3,500,000 principal amount of the district general obligation refunding bonds series 2016. They're bank qualified for the purpose of decreasing the district's debt service under certain of its understanding and obligation debt. Open the public hearing. Finance Director Doug Sandstrom to present.
Chairman, members of the board, the item before you is the issuance of new general obligation bonds for the Centerra Community Facilities District, as well as refunding of existing bonds. The reason for the public hearing is because we do have the new bonds associated with this issuance. Centerra is the orange-colored CFD, Community Facility District, on the map before you, located at the southeast corner of Van Buren and Estrella Parkway. The item before you will be issuing refunding bonds of $3.1 million of general obligation debt. It's refunding $2.9 million plus cost of debt originally issued in 2005, 6, and 2008. The estimated total savings on that refunding is about $475,000. In addition to the refunding, we will be issuing $350,000 of new general obligation debt. This is for reimbursement to the developer of eligible infrastructure that they put in place in the Centerra Community Facilities District. The debt retirement actually is accelerated through this refunding and new issuance. Instead of being finalized in 2032, it'll be finalized in 2031. The district was authorized to issue up to $20 million of general obligation debt for public infrastructure. The target tax rate for this district is 30 cents O&M and $2.70 debt service. The current O&M tax rate is at 30 cents, and the debt service tax rate is currently at 2.44, so below that 2.7 target tax rate. Centerra is built out with a commercial development, yet to develop on one of the corners. Overall, the developer has dedicated about $4.6 million of infrastructure to the district that is eligible for reimbursement. And we have issued to date just under $4 million of debt associated with this. This item, as I said, will refund all outstanding debt of about $2.9 million. Before you, also included in your packets was the feasibility report. Because we are issuing new money, a feasibility report was required that goes through and itemizes out what the infrastructure is put in place, justifies the cost, and so forth, and shows the public benefit of that infrastructure. It was prepared by engineers and signed off and accepted by the city, and it projects that the bonds has an aggregate cost of $500,000 maximum. What we are projecting is issuing about $350,000 of debt for these refundings, for the reimbursement to the developers. Total general obligation debt after this is refunded and the new money is issued, total debt service over the life will actually still decrease. The refunding has savings of about $478,000, and we are issuing new money of $350,000. Bonds are secured by the property taxes, and the tax rate is estimated to remain constant throughout the entire life of the loan at $2.44 per $100 of assessed valuation, which is below the target tax rate of $2.70. This chart is a little hard to read and understand, which is why I put it in there. Blue is the current debt. You can see that it's level all the way across debt service. Red is if we were to do refunding a loan. Green shows the amount of new money on there, where we're actually taking out that new money principal later on. And then the purple line shows the estimated debt service rate. So you can see that constant debt service rate of 244 throughout the life of the loan, where it drops off at the end. And again, that last year of debt service under the current at 2032 will actually go away, and this debt will be retired 1 year earlier. We are having a public hearing on the feasibility report. After the public hearing, we will ask that council adopt resolution 16057 accepting the feasibility report, and then 16058 authorizing the issuance and sale of general obligation project bonds. We are estimating that this sale will close in mid-October. Any questions?
Thank you. Are there any speakers cards?
No, Chairman Lord.
Would anybody in the audience like to speak? All right, then I'm going to close the public hearing. Will the district clerk please read resolution number approving the feasibility report?
Centerra Community Facilities District Resolution number 16-057.
Thank you. Could I have a motion a second to adopt the resolution number 16-057 approving the feasibility report?
So moved.
I heard a motion from Board Member Stiff. A second, please.
Second.
I heard a Board Member Holman. So we have a first. We have a motion a second. So open for board discussion. Yeah, Board Member Osborne.
Thank you, Doug. A couple of questions. Just to remind myself where we've been with, I looked for it in our previous meetings, and I couldn't find it. But I recall we had a couple of our CFDs that in the next few years we're going to be bypassing their targeted rate. I thought Centerra was one of them because I'd seen that we were at 3.1337, and I know the target rate was 3. So I'm assuming and hoping that this great refinancing will put us back into a better position on that regard.
Centerra was one. They were going to stay under the rate, but just barely. On the debt service side, it was going to be $2.67.
Okay.
So it was going to jump up from the current 244 to 267, and then gradually go down over the next 10 years. With this refunding and new money, it will actually stay at 244 or below the entire term.
Okay, because the chart that I was seeing showed a 3.1 or something like that. So I don't know maybe it was too old of a chart. The other question I had, and I know that's not for current, what we're doing today sounds fine, but I saw that in the feasibility report that there was improvements to Goodyear Boulevard and such. I was wondering, and Sherry, you're the one that drives it every day, but I'm trying to visualize Estrella Parkway and Centerra's going right next to Estrella Parkway, and I'm wondering if there's further or future road improvements that can take place with some of this bond money on that. And that can be something that's told to me later, but it's just something that I was curious about as we look at some of this funding. We talk about bike lanes, sidewalk improvements, things like that. I was wondering if this was part of a possibility for those road improvements.
These funds are for reimbursement of what's already in place. As to future expansions of so on, it might be something that would be eligible for CFD funding. We'd have to look at it and the benefit to the district.
Well, and that's within the feasibility. It said Goodyear Boulevard. Correct. So I assumed that there were things you could do futuristic. So, okay. That was my questions. Thank you.
And I just wanted to make a mention that we do have a board member back on, Vice Mayor. You're back on, board member Loretano. Thank you for making it. I know that was difficult. All right, so board discussion is finished, so I'm going to ask a roll call vote, please.
Vice Chairman Loretano.
Aye.
Board Member Campbell.
Aye.
Board Member Stipp.
Aye.
Board Member Homan.
Aye.
Board Member Pizzillo.
Aye.
Board Member Osborne.
Aye.
Chairman Lord.
Aye.
Passes 7-0.
Thank you. Will the district clerk please read resolution numbering authorizing insurance and sale of district general obligation bonds?
Centerra Community Facilities District Resolution Number 16-058.
Thank you. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
I heard it from board member Osborne and second by board member Pizzillo. Open for board discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Board Member Campbell.
Aye.
Board Member Stipp.
Aye.
Board Member Homan.
Aye.
Board Member Pizzillo.
Aye.
Board Member Osborne.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Loretano.
Aye.
Chairman Lord.
Aye.
Passes 7-0.
Well, thank you. Are there any board have any comments or accommodations? Does the district manager have any report?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, with that, then, there's no further business. I'm going to adjourn this meeting and go on to the next. We'll stay on the dais for this one. So I'd like